How is it going, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Talk Be Advised. I'm Scott the MassNERDerer. We have MrTimeItself and MrTehPuppy. Culprit screen, you can see it's black right now. He's running a little bit late. We hope to see him here a little bit after the show gets started. But for any of you watching on YouTube, if you have any interest in seeing more from any of us, click anywhere on the screen. You can see our faces, and you can click on our faces, send it back to our channels. If you want to fast forward to a specific topic, look down at the bottom of the bar, click anywhere there, and you're good to go. Make sure if you like this podcast and want to follow it more, look in the description for a link to the podcast on iTunes, or you can also click up on the title where it's blue, and you can subscribe just to this show, just to this podcast if you want to follow that. And everyone in the live stream, welcome, nice to see you all. Polygon Wizard, Krabs, Jax, Nino Nick, Epic Boost, Jaxley, Krabs, did I say that already? Notable. Hello everybody, Sir Blank. Alright, and the topics for today are going to be Battlefield 4 and the Armored Kill trailer. So there's not much on Battlefield 4, but there has been some information leaked, and the Armored Kill trailer just came out, so we're going to be talking about those. Whew! Alright, sorry, I had a lot to get out, I guess, in the beginning. How are you guys doing?
Man, I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there.
It's a bit busy month, but we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, I guess we're all a little out of it today, so hopefully you guys in the chat can hop in there, chime in. This will be a good chance. We'll really rely on what you guys are saying, but don't go too quick. Start typing too much, we're not gonna keep up with it all. Good thing, just so you guys know, what I do on my stream when I'm just streaming other games is if you type the @ symbol at Nerd Talk, at MassNERDerer or whatever, it'll sort of stand out to us, and that we'll get a better idea if you're trying to give us something. All right. So, Battlefield 4, I guess we got a little information released about it. We also have, I guess, political conversations, and people are upset that you're getting beta access with Medal of Honor pre-order. Where do you guys want to start? Pick it up wherever you feel like.
I can take the lead on this one. All right, so some of the people in the chat that didn't even really see how it all went down. Essentially what happened was Origin accidentally started the leak where when they uploaded a website or a web page for the Medal of Honor pre-order that said that if you pre-ordered Medal of Honor you got Battlefield 4 beta access, early access. And then like everyone was in a tizzy, and then a week, well not even like, I don't know why I said a week, like a few hours later it was taken down, and then 2 days later DICE went ahead and confirmed it and said yes, it is the truth. That is what we're doing. We are giving you early access to Battlefield 4. Now, I've seen a lot of people get really upset, and I mean, I'm not just talking about YouTubers because obviously they're some of the biggest voices out there, but I've been really active looking around on Twitter and things like that, and even on Twitter, there's a lot of really upset individuals that are just downright pissed that they're already talking about Battlefield 4. And
we've been talking about Battlefield 4 since 3 came out, right?
Right. Well, I mean, they've never actually made anything official. This was like their first official announcement. And my thoughts on it is, what's wrong with go ahead and announcing it now? Because the thing is like they said you're getting early access to the beta that happens in the fall of 2013. This is the summer of 2012. So that's a long time.
I haven't been following this at all. The last week's been sort of busy. School starts back up next week, excuse me. So I've been sort of studying a lot, haven't following it. And just hearing what you said, thinking about it, I'm sort of with you. Who really cares? I'd like to hear you guys' opinion in the chat, so get going on there. What do you think about this, early access thing? But I can sort of see why some people might be mad. What my interpretation is, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe it's like Battlefield 3 still got 3 big DLCs coming. You've still got a lot of things you haven't fixed in Battlefield 3. And you're starting, to work, or, you shouldn't, I think, feels like you shouldn't be thinking about this game. Don't try to rush it out. And I think people get upset, especially from the Battlefield community. Like, look at the length of time between Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 3, It's like, you take time, supposedly, to make it better, to really make it worth it, rather than being a yearly release game like Call of Duty, which is a huge selling game, but not much new gets done each time. And I think the Battlefield community is like, we want more, take time to make it the best it can be, make Battlefield 3 the game that still has DLC coming the best it can be, and then move on to, but that's just...
Yeah, and so Battlefield 4, if it comes out late 2013, early 2014, that's an okay timeline. I think what a lot of people don't like is that it's packaged with Medal of Honor, which is going to be, I didn't see the I know the release date it's been announced, but it's October, right? If I'm not mistaken, October, November.
It is October.
Yeah, and so we've got 3 more big DLCs for Battlefield 3, and then they won't expect you're going to switch over to Medal of Honor right away. And if they'd said Battlefield 4 beta free with premium Battlefield 3 premium membership in 2013, everybody would be like, hey, yeah, that's cool. But when they put it with another game that they're trying to sell, it's going to come out right after this last DLC. I think that's one of the big things that people really don't appreciate.
I can kind of see that. But at the same time, like my mentality on it is that as much as I do think that EA, now I'm not including DICE on this, but EA, as much as I think they're a bunch of bastards for pulling this move, and I'm not going to try and censor myself on that one, but as much as I think it's kind of a douchey move, it's a business move. It's a practical business move. I mean, I looked this stuff up ahead of time just so I have a little bit of numbers to throw at you guys. You look at the last Medal of Honor that came out as Medal of Honor 2010 or whatever the official title for it was. Week 1 sales was 1.5 mil, which for a game is not bad. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I mean, Battlefield 3 sold 5 million, and in comparison, just to throw it out there, Modern Warfare 3 broke a crap ton of records, and I believe they sold, I want to say 15 mil in the first week, or 10 mil, something like that. So, in comparison to the 1.5 to the 10, they're just trying to generate more interest in the whole Medal of Honor because clearly it's not there. And, how else are they going to do that? They can't...
Well, it's pre-orders only, so that's the other thing, is you got to be either a Medal of Honor fan already or a really hardcore Battlefield fan if you're going to pre-order Medal of Honor just to get the early beta.
Right, but...
So I don't know if they're trying to make sure Medal of Honor doesn't turn into like Crackdown, because the Halo 3 beta was on Crackdown. So the joke was Crackdown was the Halo 3 beta. I'm sure you can still go to most used game stores and find a stack of Crackdown somewhere.
Your screen froze.
Oh, you can still hear me, right?
I can hear you. That's back.
Okay.
Good go. All right, Crackdown, Halo 3 beta.
So it's only the pre-order. So if there isn't enough pre-order interest, they're not going to have enough people in the Battlefield 4 beta. Wasn't that what happened with Battlefield 3? Isn't that why one of the reasons they opened it up? They didn't have enough people?
Yeah, that was exactly what it was. Because I know a lot of people kind of missed this, but they did the same thing with Medal of Honor, the last one. They did the exact same thing. If you pre-ordered the last Medal of Honor, you got access to the beta. And then they realized, oh, there's not enough people, we should probably give everybody access. And in my opinion, you should know for a matter of a fact, like right now, Battlefield 4, everyone is going to have access, just like you had access to Battlefield 3, last time. You're going to have access. The key word there is early beta access.
Yeah.
When you're talking about these pre-orders and stuff, they're going to give it to you, I don't know how early, maybe a week or something like that, and if you can wait a week, then obviously you don't need to drop the cash on it. Me personally, I'm interested. I want to be like one of those people that are leading the charge and being one of the people to throw out my opinion first. So, as much as I had absolutely no intention of picking up Medal of Honor, this little douchey move has indeed earned them my coin. But, for a lot of people out there that don't need that early, like, 1 extra week, then don't even worry about it. Don't even fool with it.
That's why... Just reading some of these comments. So, one, Egg Roll came in and said, sort of what you just said there, like, just because you're going to give me early access to the beta doesn't mean I'm going to buy your crappy game. Man, I don't know if this Medal of Honor is going to be crappy or great, but the last Medal of Honor, I think, didn't do well. So we can, just based on that, it was a crappy game. I don't want to say my opinion on it right now if we're going to get into that more, but it didn't do well. And so it's sort of like, whatever. Other people are like, hey, they did it with the past one. No one really mind. Jax Lee said that here, and he's like, what? Why do I care? I'm sort of running that part. I mean, who cares? It's not like you don't get anything beneficial. If they start saying you pre-order Medal of Honor and we're going to give you, all the guns or the best gun unlocked day 1 or something, then it starts getting, now you're dealing with balance. I still probably wouldn't complain that much. I'd be like, alright, that's just stupid. What are you doing? That's like buying skill. We've talked about that a little bit before. Notable Aardvark said it's, money driven, which again, what you're saying, obviously
Very much money driven.
they're like, all right, Battlefield 4 is more popular than our Medal of Honor series right now. Maybe we can get people to buy Medal of Honor and make money there. And obviously, these are companies. They make money. You shouldn't get mad at them for trying to make money as long as making money doesn't take away from their product, right?
Right.
That should never... You make money, you make a good product, you should make money off of it. That's sort of how companies work. All right, let's see. One of the Crazy Cookies, last thing that I saw, someone commented here for us, though. He said, in Game Informer... Battlefield 3 DICE said they've been working on Battlefield 3 for like 5 years. So why is Battlefield 4 getting, say, a 2-year work development? And that's where I was thinking part of the... I'm sure some people are upset, like, oh, you shouldn't tie the games together. That's smart, you know. I think it's a smart move. But starting to rush development, maybe that's not what people were saying and complaining about, but I think people maybe are honing in on the wrong thing. You start thinking, wait a minute, Battlefield 3... has glitches. Battlefield 3 has bugs. You're not fixing those and you're making a new game. And you have DLC coming out. So you're like, we're going to keep trying to make money, but we're not going to support the game. I
understand, you know, a lot of people get the impression that there was a 5 to 6 year development on Battlefield 3, but that's just not true. It's not. They worked 2 years on the game itself. They worked 4 years on the engine. The engine had nothing to do with the game. And to try and tie the two together and say, oh, they've been working on Battlefield 3 for 5-6 years, it's not true. It's not.
The engine, right?
It's just the engine that they were working on. And, you know, that's why you don't need to worry about they're going to spit out another game in 2 years. They spit out every game in about 2 years. Every game they've ever made, they've spit out in about 2 years.
Yeah, and I think the biggest gripe people have is that Battlefield 3, not impressive in a lot of ways. Like, can we just cut out the single player at this point?
Yes, please.
It's not Battlefield 3. It's not worth it.
Please cut out the single
focus on the multiplayer, please.
Yeah, I would appreciate that a ton. I know there are some people that play the single player, but the only reason I played it was for that gamer score, man. That's it.
The only reason I finished it was because I promised a friend I'd write a review, and that's the only...
See, I love single players, you know. Actually... First Medal of Honor, I guess a little off topic here, but the first Medal of Honor, though it was super short, so it's not worth the money in terms of lasting quality or gaming experience. But I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really good. I thought it was short. It was over in like a day, 2 days, a couple hours. But Battlefield 3, I love single players. I played like the first few missions. I'm like, there's nothing like grabbing my attention at all. And
it looks great. It really does. The gameplay is just abysmal, though.
Yeah. I think the big thing though is it's going back to that money is where it's at, you know, because if they were to just, as much as that's what I want and that's what you want, and I'm sure that's what you want, Mass, and as much as that's what we all want is just focus on the multiplayer. If they just focus on multiplayer, they are cutting out, albeit small, they are cutting out a small percentage of their sales. Because some people don't have Xbox Live. Some people use that whole you know, Xbox Silver, you know, I know there are people that don't have internet with PlayStation and things like that. They just buy it for the single player because that's all they got. And, you know, if they were to cut out a single player, then they're cutting out of that money. And it's all about the money.
If you bought Battlefield 3 for the single player, I'm sorry, it was...
but going back to
I don't want to rag on
some
it too
people
much,
might have.
The gameplay was just, oh my god.
Well, so I guess... there wasn't much on Battlefield 4 coming out, but we felt like it was something that I guess people are chatting about, so it's worth bringing up here. Colbury actually, I think, wanted to talk about it, but if he's not here, we'll move on. One thing I guess we can end with on this topic, and you guys feel free to chime in. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter episode, just so you know in advance. But how has Battlefield 3 set you up going into Battlefield 4? Like, are you stoked about it? Are you wary? Are you know what's going on? And I'll start off with... I related the Battlefield series sort of together. So I liked, again, Bad Company 2 I think had a ton of glitches. It still has them, never fixed. I think they leave their games broken in my eyes. When you win a game on Bad Company 2, it still says you lose. I mean, that's something simple and it doesn't matter affect gameplay. Yeah. But it's like, give me a break. Like, fix your crap, in my eyes. But anyway, I loved Bad Company 2. I had a lot of fun with it. When I saw Battlefield 3, I saw the Battlefield name, I was stoked. After seeing the same things that happened in Bad Company 2 happen in Battlefield 3, meaning to me, months and months and months before things get even fixed, like even addressed that they're going to be fixed. And then they fix half of them. And then, then the DLC is so far dragged out. It's like, and then, I don't know, you paid extra for their Ultimate Edition, or maybe you didn't pay extra, I don't remember, you just pre-order it, and say, oh, you get all the map packs. Well, these aren't map packs, these are expansions. I don't know. It has left me a sort of bad taste in my mouth. And I'll probably get Battlefield 4. I'm not going to pre-order it. I don't know, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't want to say anything now. But right now, I'm not having fun with Battlefield 3 right now. I'll play it probably once every 2 weeks or something. I'm sure I'll enjoy the heck out of it when I do. But it's left me with a bad taste in my mouth. So I guess all you guys in the chat, remember, type at Nerd Talk. Let's hear what you guys, how stoked some of you are. I know some of you guys are diehard fans. And off that, Puppy, I think you are one of those diehard fans, right? They pretty much do no wrong in your eyes.
Well, no.
Don't say they do. You pretty much like, but it's okay. No, it's okay.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. They do wrong sometimes, like you said with the Bad Company 2, where they still have yet to fix, yay, I won the match, you lose. Yeah. And I said, what?
That's like a small thing, but it's like on the small, if you can't even fix those, they still have like glaring problems in gameplay or issues getting stuck, or, I don't, look at Battlefield 3, you can't revive people in bushes. I mean, it's just stuff that, like, that sucks, that's not game breaking, but it can be match breaking,
Yeah.
I don't know, so that kind of stuff, they don't support their game, and right now, I'll let you guys go on. I don't want to, jinx our chat, but, Black Ops 2, they supported the hell out of their game. I'm sort of like, I haven't committed to paying, but
Treyarch is well known for supporting their games. I've yet to see them really well. Okay.
You're talking about Black Ops, not World at War.
Not World at War, because World at War is
well, they never balanced it. Yeah. They went back to balance it.
You know what it was though? I think that just had something to do with the coding, but that's completely irrelevant.
Back to Battlefield 3, priming for Battlefield 4, with barely any information yet. Where are you guys at? Puppy, you can go. You were starting to talk.
I will admit this whole announcement of Battlefield 4 is well timed to me, simply for the fact that I just put a video on it the other day. I'm growing a little bit weary of Battlefield 3. It's getting a little stale. That's not to say that I want to stop playing it, but at the same time, I want something new. And for them to actually say, hey, Battlefield 4 is coming down the road, I can kind of look forward to that, even though there is the whole, I hope they don't, I hope this isn't another, Battlefield 3.5, yeah. Where everything's actually fixed. And there are a few things that I am, like, trying my best with my, small little community that I can to campaign the hell out of, give us spectator mode and give us battle recorder. I don't care if Battlefield 4 is exactly Battlefield 3 with those two things. That's all I want. Give it to me. Yeah. I'll buy a new game for it. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, one thing, I'm going to let you go time just a sec, but first of all, Crazy Cookie said something like that. Let's look at what Battlefield 4 would be, an updated Battlefield 3 with new maps and maybe a UI change. Like you sort of just said, I'm thinking he's saying, it doesn't look like it's going to be much. I liked the core style in Battlefield 3. I wish it was optimized for 24 players, or our consoles could handle more, or they, whatever it is, who knows if we can really handle more or not, but they weren't optimized for 24 players, so that made a lot of the maps slow and boring, especially for people who don't like to use vehicles. But the games were fun. If they fixed their bugs and gave us like some new content, some new maps, like if Close Quarters came out, even with all their issues, if they released Close Quarters like 3 months ago, I probably would have been all over that, and that would have kept me primed, and I would be good to go now, Yeah,
they were so
slow. It just, like, the game is so old, but, so, I'm sort of dry, and I don't have hope because I'm so worn out, and I guess you just, you stayed in, you got Close Quarters, so maybe that primed you up, and I didn't buy it because I was sort of worn out already, but I think that could help, so people who got the new map packs, got premium, could be like, man, I'm staying in it a little bit, and that could keep you going more. But all right, Time, where are you at?
My thing with Battlefield 3 is I don't feel like, and with a lot of games, I don't feel like they polished a lot of the game mechanics enough. They said, well, it works more or less. It should be good, and for the most part, it does. but there isn't a real focus on what you're supposed to get. So you get those gigantic maps with all the vehicles, and maybe some of it's slow. It's okay, you know, that's how this plays. And then you get another one, like an Op Metro, that's completely different, and that's great. And I just get the feeling that they're all over the place. They don't really know what game they want to make. They want to make so it appeals to a widest audience as possible.
You know,
At the same time, they're just all over the place, and none of it's really polished.
yeah.
And to me, the one thing that they've done is that when you make a game and say this is supposed to be team-focused, team-based, and then you make it hard to play with friends, no, because I play Battlefield more solo than I do Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Because it's it's so much easier to play a game with friends in Modern Warfare, and it's harder in Battlefield.
Yeah.
And you're telling me this is supposed to be a team-based game. What is wrong here? Why can't you make this work?
Yeah.
And the fact that that's not a major focus for them tells me they don't know what they want to do with their game.
Playing with friends has been a Achilles heel of DICE since they've been making multiplayer games. I've played a lot of DICE games, and I've yet to play one where the actual jumping in game with friends was smooth. Like I said, I've played a lot of them, and I don't know what it is. They don't have I don't know if they keep using the same guy who just doesn't know what he's doing.
Can we just quick a tangent? You know what's pretty amazing? You can see like commercials on TV. You can see advertisements, billboards. All these things are professionally made. If you go on YouTube, you can find people who do it who aren't even partnered, who make stuff better than this. Like companies need to learn that you can hire people off the internet who are way better than anyone you can find in, like, the newspaper ad.
I'm going to continue your tangent there. Prime example, look at the Medal of Honor trailers. I don't know about you guys, but when I look at them, they look terrible.
You get some of our montage makers from, like, the YouTube community, and they'll make your trailer, like, so much. Give them the exact same clips, and they'll make it, and they'll use non-copyrighted music for it. And we're back. I apologize, guys. So I'm doing the stream, and my power went out, so we lost everything. But there we go. We're back, and look, we got a new guest with us, huh? Our host culprit decided to show up after the power outage.
What a night! What a night!
Hey, no worries. So let's wrap up. I don't know if anyone has any last things to say. Well, we're sort of talking about culprit to get you caught up. While Puppy and Time think they have any last comments, you guys in the stream at Nerd Talk. If you have any last comments, we'll make sure to get to those. We're just sort of talking about Battlefield 4. Sort of two things we think people have been talking about. One of those being tying it to Medal of Honor. It seems like most of our people in the stream are okay with it. They say whatever, it doesn't matter. Some of them say if Medal of Honor sucks, you're still not going to get me to buy your game no matter what you tie with it. You know, they're saying whatever. It's about making money. They realize that you're only going to get early beta access, so hopefully it's nothing big there. The other thing that came up, which Puppy sort of set straight, is that some people were saying that, well, look how quick the turnaround is. They said Battlefield 3 had 5 years of reduction of making it. Now Battlefield 4 is only going to get like a year or 2 years. Puppy said that it actually wasn't 5 years for Battlefield 3. It was only 2 years there. They just had the other years working on the engine.
Yeah.
So those are two things we're sort of going off of. So I don't know if you want to just chime in, and then we'll let the other guys.
I hate the tie-in, if that's what you're asking me.
Yeah.
It's obviously for money. I don't fault people for making money. There's a much better way. I did a video about it. Why not make premium users get early access?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Because there's no money there.
He froze.
Why not?
There's no money.
Show ballot. That's what it is. But yeah, that's why. I understand it. But I'm saying that doesn't mean, you can't hand that to those guys too. You can do it two ways. It's Medal of Honor has nothing to do with battle. I don't understand. I don't know. It just doesn't portray well. I'm not going to do it, and I'm probably going to regret it in a year when I'm still doing YouTube and I want that advantage. But
No.
Medal of Honor was terrible, and I'm not going to buy it just for a single player campaign.
Yeah.
So I might regret it, but I don't see myself doing. And $70? That's a lot for a game.
$70 is a lot, and I don't know what they're doing there.
Oh, I didn't know they upped the price on their game.
Yes.
Yeah, $70 for a game that blew. I mean,
Yeah, after coming off that last Medal of Honor.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. If Battlefield 4 was $70, all right, but
Well,
the game
no,
that's
that's
not
the whole
yeah,
trend. We can't have. I feel like, honestly, we're
it's gonna-
safe.
yeah.
The only people who can raise the bar in gaming right now is maybe Halo, some of the PC big games, or Call of Duty. They're the only ones who can really change things. So, Metal Vaughn can do
Wow.
7 else and be like, "Puh, idiots."
Yeah.
Other
I
companies.
just think it's bad form. I don't know. I just think the whole thing is kind of silly. But I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to have a new game coming, I guess. But I don't care if it's Bad Company or Battlefield. It doesn't make a difference to me. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so that's something we didn't mention. We could talk about with more information. Bad Company 3. I was saying I'm sort of not looking forward to it. I'm sure I will be. Right now I'm tired of it, so I haven't been watching trailers. I haven't been getting in the hype. I'm just sort of burnt out on Battlefield right now. But Bad Company 2, or Bad Company 3, probably get more excited about when I start hearing more information there.
Crazy Cookies is saying the $70 version is for like a special edition.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
still, up in the price. We'll see. What's that special edition offer? But I think you guys have any closing comments on this topic? We'll jump into our second one.
nah.
No one? Alright. Pop into Armored Kill trailer. So actually, I saw it one time. Like I said, I'm sort of burnt out on Battlefield 3. I don't care about vehicles. I'm not buying the DLC, so I didn't pay any attention to it. So I honestly, until you guys say something, I have nothing to say. So you guys chime in. You guys in the chat chime in. Let's see what we got.
I was surprisingly into it. I had no interest in Armored Kill. I think it's going to be terrible on consoles. Sorry, guys. I just don't. You're going to have to prove me wrong before I change that tune. I'm not a vehicle guy like you. I could care less. I tweeted out saying, Armored Kill looks great. Can't wait to play those maps on infantry only mode. We all know it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But, but I'll tell you what. I mean, the maps look beautiful. DICE makes beautiful maps. They might not be good maps for multiplayer gunfights, but they look beautiful. The snow map looks awesome. So it got me more interested than I was, but that's not saying much. They have all the modes, so I don't know how's Rush going to be vehicle heavy. I don't know. That interests me.
Wait, they have all of them?
All 6 game modes are going to be in there.
So
Plus the new one.
even Squad Rush.
They say, let's count them. What is it? TDM, Squad, Deathmatch, Rush, Conquest. What am I missing? Squad Rush, that's 5. And then they'd have one Tank Domination is 6. So there's at least 6. There might be 7 modes. So that's what the advert I read. So they're going to have TDM, it's so... I mean, there's something for us. And I've already paid for it, so I might as well get a little excited. Somebody said, I hope I don't... What was that? Oh, I'm setting myself up for DICE appointment. And I think that was pretty much really fitting. So, I mean, we all know better. We all know better. But Scott, you're holding out longer. I give you credit. But we're going to fall for it. And come time... I mean, you guys didn't get premium, though, right?
I got it.
Me and Ty.
Yeah, no, you did Puppy. Yeah, so yeah, you guys got to make a decision. Me and Puppy, it's just like whatever. We'll check it out.
There's no decision. It's not.
No,
It's not happening.
on consoles too. I would not recommend it to any of my subs to get on console until we see what happens.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. That'd be great,
That's
but I don't
what-
see it.
All this stuff, man. Pre-ordering games and doing all this crap. It's like, I want to see a review before I buy a game, and it pisses
Right.
me off. Not anything specific here, just in general. Like, stop making me do everything before you tell me anything about it. Like premium.
yeah.
Well, tell me what the last map pack's gonna be. If it's gonna be another vehicle one, I'm double screw. Anyway,
It's like pre-ordering another game to get a beta access of another game.
Yeah,
it's like next thing you know, I'm gonna. It's crazy.
Not feeling it. But anyway, any other opinions on the trailer? Anything stand out to you guys? Anyone in the chat really like anything?
It's hard to say exactly, just because DICE has always been one to really choreograph their trailers.
Yes.
Like everything that happens in there
They make
is
great stuff.
scripted.
Yeah,
That stuff's not going to happen in the game. That's never going to happen in
The
the
Bad
game.
Company 2 trailer, just to go off on you. Oh my god, they had
For it.
I remember
What's that?
one of them was so good. It's a recon with C4, and he's running. He arms the objective. He gets 2 kills. He throws some C4. He jumps out the building, turns around 5 people run in the building. He blows the building. They all die. I'm just like, oh my god! I spent so long trying to get my destruction kills in Bad Company 2. I'd be like, I just sit there please go in the house. And when I blow it, don't jump out. It was, oh my god. But choreographed trailers are amazing, but annoying.
They look amazing, and that's their selling point. But
Right.
Regardless,
Like the Jeeps going down a little canyon path, shooting at
Yeah.
each other.
they gave us
That's
they
never
gave
gonna
us-
happen.
They gave us a little more insight onto the one thing that I am most
Good.
interested about in the new expansion, and that is the AC-130.
I think that's the one thing everybody wants to
crowd,
know.
man. It's like a novelty item. I see.
I hate it. That's why I'm interested. I hate it.
It may be a novelty, but I'm going to ride that novelty for at least 2 or 3 days.
You can't knife kill or defib kill from it, man.
Right. Which, you know, I still got a few levels there to go. So. No, I just want to ride in it. I just want to see how it is, and you know, because I want to see if it's well done. You know, I mean, it could be an absolute like train wreck because it is on rails. The AC-130 is on rails,
Yes.
and you know that way jet pilots are gonna know where it's going, and you're gonna be out of the sky before you knew what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like that's my big thing is like balancing it and that issue with the AC-130. How easy is it to take down? How easy is it to get kills with it? But no, that's the one thing that I'm most looking forward to. As far as the rest of the maps go, just seeing what they have, it's pretty, you know. I mean, I'm always a fan of a snow map. I don't know why. Every single video game I've ever played since, you know, the first snow map I remember playing on was the Halo for the PC, Snowwinder. And I don't know, something about it was just, it like when you're playing and you're killing people and it's snowy, it's something about it just is awe-inspiring, even with those retro graphics. And give me a snow map. I'd rather have an infantry snow map, obviously.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm hoping, that the rush might be on there. It might be a little more infantry. I'm hoping. And like you said, squad rush or those.
You know,
and as far as go ahead.
Oh no, you please.
All right, I was gonna say, as far as them toting on this whole the biggest map in Battlefield ever, leave it alone. Give it a rest.
Who cares about that?
Yeah, who gives a who cares?
Especially when the flags are like this. They're like this close, and there's like all this. It's just.
I mean, all right. You know, what are you gonna do next? Are you gonna give us like take the world to Skyrim and slap some freaking flags in it and say go at it? I mean, oh, it's the biggest world ever. Well, yeah, sure, but I don't see any
12 on console. It's like, wow. One person per square mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, go solo cap that flag. If you find anyone, radio for help.
If you find a flag, just stay with it.
Stay with it, yes. Oh my God, no! I that whole toting on the this is the biggest map ever. Just leave it alone. We don't care.
Anybody that does just doesn't get it. It's about, you know.
I mean, there was a part of me when I first started the channel, I'm like, man, you know, I used vehicles more in Bad Company too. I don't know, it just worked better for me. I thought I could stay in the action better, whatever. But I was like, oh man, I haven't been in a tank a while. That'd be fun, like seeing all the tanks. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I remember how riding a tank is in Battlefield 3, and that's pretty much when I like zoned out of the trailer. Time. So what about you? You were sort of like me, where you were like, I'm not gonna buy premium. I'm not looking forward to Armored Kill. We don't know what the last one is. We're sort of the I don't know. Where are you feeling now? How'd that trailer?
So I don't know. I watched it, and like you said, it's obviously incredibly choreographed, and it looks great. But at the same time, are you actually going to find anyone who ever wants to ride on the back of your four-wheeler? I expect not, unless you get a friend who's willing to take a chance with you there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, especially not anything with not being in a helicopter, a tank, or some heavy armor, or a jet. That I just like. I don't know.
You know,
we'll see.
I don't know.
I also really
go on, please.
One. But I really don't know about game balance. Like, is it going to be jets kill everything? Is that gonna? Are you going to always have to worry about?
Because it's wide open.
I think it's going to be the attack choppers are going to be the big one.
Any air, really. I mean, is going to be dominant because there's no cover.
Right.
It's a desert, the one map, so it's like.
What I was wondering, I don't know what's known about. Like, is there going to be enough vehicles for everyone to get in a vehicle on every map type? Do we know are respawn times changing, or how's that going to work?
I imagine with tank supremacy there will be, just because of the way that jet supremacy worked back in the day. I mean, there was enough jets for everybody.
Okay, so the minute you die, you can respawn back in a vehicle?
Yeah, well, I mean, you may have to wait a few seconds, but it was never very long. There wasn't like you had to wait 2 minutes, where's my vehicle? And like the other thing,
shouldn't they push you to like team up in a tank? Like, shouldn't it be half the number of tanks?
It may be.
I don't know. I've never played Air Superior. I'm not sure how, but I don't care really.
the air superiority was an interesting one, and I'll be interested to see how they try and tie in tank superiority. Because with air superiority, the thing was, whoever has the most jets in a certain location that's how you captured the flag. It wasn't like there was a flag per se, but you just had to have your jets in an area. And how are you going to do that with tanks?
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well just have a flag, and then if you have a flag, then what separates that from being
What's different?
conquest?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I didn't see in the trailer?
What?
Blue overlay tinted garbage. At least it's real colors. I was excited about that.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah. The
We'll see.
green and
Maybe
the
they just
snow
never
is
gave
nice.
you that view. They're just tricking you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so-
It's the little things that excite me these days.
So, in the chat, before we continue talking, I know a lot of you guys are on console. I don't know if the majority or anything, but so, type at Nerd Talk so we know you're talking to us, and give us looking forward to it, we'll see what's up, or not looking forward to it. Something there. Give us an idea of what's going on. Oh, and so you guys can go on there and just give you something Polygon brought up there. What did you think about the letter on the mini-map in the trailer? I didn't even notice it, so... You guys see that?
Oh, anyways, the little above the mini map. You know how they show all the flags.
Yeah.
And you have to count A, B, C, D. D's being taken. Obviously you get better at it. There's the letters are in the diamonds now, which it's such a small little thing. It should have been done a week after release, and it's gonna be almost a year later they finally do it.
That came up in the first half when you were here. I was saying that sort of thing that worn me down. Is that after Bad Company 2, I was stoked for Battlefield 3 because I thought Battlefield series, but all the little bugs that Bad Company 2 still has not fixed came back in Battlefield 3 and they don't get fixed. And that's why I'm like, man, you don't support your game.
That's the biggest thing that Battlefield 4 means. Battlefield 3 is not going to get any support anymore. I mean, they've told us they don't have the resources. I mean, maybe I'm rehashing. I don't know. Correct me. They don't have the resources already to support Battlefield 3 properly. What? They just doubled the team size and they're going to go Battlefield 4? No, it's going to be mothballs, and it's just going to be just made long enough to go into Battlefield 4 is all it's going to be. So this is the game we're going to play, I think, for the next 6 months or so, whatever it is.
No.
Maybe some little patching here, but I mean, half of them. I mean, this is really tangent. They're all on vacation right now. If you read Twitter, they're on and I know that's country-wise and culture, but I know the one Gustav Holland's been on. He's on like a month-long vacation right now, and I'm like, I understand that's what they do over there, but you're a worldwide company with a worldwide product. You got a big DLC coming. Really? Your head of development is on a month-long vacation? So these things make me rage.
So let's do a quick read over what these people are saying before you guys continue on. Alright, so we've got Clappy saying excited, but will fail on console. So we got one excited. Looking forward to it. Probably not going to work on consoles, but hopefully they'll do something to sort it out. They're not going to do anything if they have taught us anything. They just make the game and do what you have with it. But we got two excited.
Take out a conquest flag occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
make the maps smaller, adjust the maps accordingly. I'd be super happy. Anyway, we've said our opinions. We got two excited. Looking forward to it just because ATV. That's another excited.
I like that addition.
Who wants to roll in my tank destroyer?
That's a cool addition.
I don't know if that's excited or not. Looking forward to it. That's another happy. There wasn't problem with the AC-130 in Battlefield 2 or even the Titan in 2142. Don't know why Battlefield 3 has to have it on rails. Good point.
Made AC-130 a Titan.
Looking forward to it. That's 5.
Yes.
What do we got? I am probably the most optimistic about Armored Kill of any of the console guys. That's Polygon here. I'm stoked for it. Can't wait, man. All new vehicles. 6 looking forward to it. Wow. A notable artwork. I'm pumped. You should get Culprit to play Pokemon. Nick comes out. Nick, get out here. That's 6 excited. Not anyone said they're not looking forward to it. So I guess I am. And maybe that's why I'm not loving the game anymore, Everyone's getting pumped about something that I'm like, I don't give a crap about it. Alright. Everyone's excited in the chat.
Hey, let's see what it looks like after they put it out. That's...
Yeah, I think that's... We all know better. We all know better at this point. I mean, come on.
And I think, like I said, am I excited about it too? Yeah, I did say yes, but like I said, it's going to be a very temporary thing. It's going to be that 2 or 3 day, hurrah, I'm in an AC-130, and then after that, I don't do vehicles.
Yeah.
I don't, so I'll be with you on the same one after that, I'm sure.
I'm just excited just for the refreshed enthusiasm. Personally, as a YouTuber, views are way down, and people just stale on it. I'm hoping it hits just because it'll get eyeballs back on it. Because I love the game, I still do. Yeah. And so it's sad for me to see it die. Honestly, it's like it's not fun. That's why I'm excited about Battlefield 4. But at the same time, I feel like that is real. It's people like you, Scott, that are like, you're in between. Like you see him announce the next game now. It's like, how are you going to come back to this game? You're going to know it's going to die a slow death now, and I'm feeling it too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I still want to play it. I still have that urge, but my confidence isn't there that they're gonna keep. I mean, this was supposed to be their flagship game. They told us 2, 3, 4 year lifespan. What is it gonna be? 2 years and done?
I feel like the only reason they have the lifespan thing they're saying because we'll delay our DLC really long. We're not gonna work on it. We've made it already. We'll just delay it really long and then it'll come out and look. The lifespan's low. It's like, no, your life... For me, I said earlier, I don't think you were here, I think, I don't know, 1 or 2 months earlier release on Close Quarters could have kept me in the game. Now, I'm not giving up on it for anyone who, I don't know, likes me playing Battlefield 3, plays with me or anything. My server's dead. It's expired, I think, as of yesterday. But,
that's right.
And I'm not going to renew unless I start playing again. Which might work, a little timeout, maybe I'll come back and I'm like, I love it again. But I think if the DLC was 2 months earlier, it would have been just enough to keep me involved, and then it will, So
the DLC has to come out before you move away.
Yeah.
You have to be just getting bored, DLC. But if you're gone, you move on to Pokemon and Minecraft, and you get into other things. But
don't knock Minecraft.
Well, see, that's why I'm playing these small games because there's other shooters I sort of wanted to get into, but I still want to play Battlefield 3. It's just not going to be as often.
Yeah.
I've actually got a lot of gameplay. I've got some videos in mind that I still want to work on. So in that sense, I'm okay. But I'm trying to get in these small games like a Pokemon. Like I'm trying out others because they're not huge. They're not timed. They're not investing games as much. I guess Minecraft could be. But it's just like little keep me occupied until I can get full back into Battlefield 3 or get into a new game, whatever that be.
Yeah, you just got to take a break, recharge your batteries. I mean, it happens to me too. I have to do it every couple months. I tend to have to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just not gonna get my hopes up. I'm looking forward to it. Just something new, even if it's just new TDM maps or something. Can't hurt. I've already paid for it, so what the hell?
I think it'll give some freshness. It's needed. And so someone in comments, we got Black Warrior said the fact is multiplayer don't last more than a year. I think there are exceptions. It just has to be supported, and you have to keep working on it. You have to be giving something new, or allow for community create. And again, we've talked about it before. Team Fortress 2. I just looked today. Steam, this huge thing with all these games, including like Days and stuff. The most played games. Team Fortress 2 is number 2, with Dota or something. I don't even know what that game is. Number 1.
It's like League of Legends, basically.
But number 2. Okay, that's a multiplayer. It's because users can create content. That's great. You can have new stuff coming in there, and it's always getting patched.
Yeah, they have so many updates on it. It's ridiculous.
And they work on other games, but they're like, we're not going to give up on this game, even though we don't charge for you to play it. But just people paying a little bit here and there to get little additions, like little clothing, enough to keep it alive. And I think it's
just good PR for them.
Yeah.
Look at us right now. We're touting Valve. I mean,
it comes back all the time. Yeah. I love Valve. I love Steam. I said it in a tweet, and corporate commented on it. Steam alone wants me to go only PC, only Steam. I don't want to support Origin. I just want to support Steam.
Come to the dark side.
I will give you one little warning as far as your Steam Valve tendencies leaning. Valve is terrible at anti-cheat. Terrible.
Even in the VAC servers and whatnot.
VAC is so easily broken, and they try to fix it, and they try to fix it, and they try to fix it, and it's just a joke. It is a joke.
Well, let's Armored Kill trailer, and then if we need to do a post show or anything, but we want to do a short show. It goes 15 minutes. I guess my going out, but we'll start. Yeah. I'll keep track on time. Any closing comments on the trailer?
Nah, just that I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest. So
that's good.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
If it actually turns out to be half as cool as the trailer made it look, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Given they put all the tanks in one area, but if you put those points where we're gonna have tank on tank battles, I think multiple tanks shooting each other, it can add a lot of teamwork. You have two tanks working together, prioritizing targets.
Yeah.
It could be some interesting gameplay and some good tactics coming in. If it's really spread out and you just have like a tank on a hill sniping you with.
There were things, that in like that little, that riverbed that the jeeps are riding down, the choke point. There's a cave I saw. There's still the dice choke points that make me leery.
Yeah.
But as long as they're like ancillary and they're not like Donovan where it's the tunnel and that's it.
Yeah.
So I like that they didn't seem so linear. Like the pond one, the snow, it looked like it was around the lake, which could be interesting. Yeah. Could be a big sniper fest too across the water. Who knows? But
I think all the new maps are going to be a big sniper fest.
Well, they're more open, yeah. So that's what I'm worried about.
That's part of where I see my future rage coming from, and why when I do get frustrated with armor kill, it will be because I've said this before. The one thing I get frustrated with the most is my teammates. When I see my squad sitting on 3 recons, looking on somebody to spawn on, and they're all sitting in the back 9, got their sniper rifles out and their bipods up, I can't help but rage.
All you gotta do is go pull a MrTimeItself. Pull out your sniper rifle and then carry the team. That's all you gotta do.
That's it?
Come on, guys, come on.
Look, that one video where your squad, like,
I thought it was a PP
we're gonna run around in
thugs.
circles shooting ourselves, and then he'll run around and dominate the whole thing. That was impressive. Alright,
That was impressive.
so a few people in the chat just made a few more comments, like, once they get their money, they're done. We'll see, you know. If they made it good the first time, which they could have for this DLC, they could have it, you know, there'll be little issues, but everyone has little issues. It could be a lot of fun. Let's move on, just quick wrap up. If anyone has any questions or anything, we can answer them now. If you guys have any
Open
questions.
mic, basically.
So,
Open mic. What do you got?
make sure, hey guys, so we started a new thing, type @NerdTalk or @Nerd at least. It'll stand out to us, and I'll know you're talking directly to us. Because I know a lot of you guys, which is great, talk to each other in the chat. We love that.
Yeah.
But
It's easier for us to scan, too,
put
real
out
quick.
something, so like Eggroll just had an @NerdTalk.
This keeps coming up. This is a popular kind of question.
Is there any
Well,
reason
that
why
is a
it's class
question
in the game?
for armored kill. Are we going to see snipers or are we going to see engineers? Which one's going to be more popular?
That's,
I think that depends on who is playing. I think
In
as
game
far as,
mode, yeah.
like as far as like people that actually want to do good and want to get like the amazing, you know, top 5 on your team, they're going to be NG. They're going to be NG. You're not going to see medics. You're not going to see support. And then you're going to have the guys that are going to go out there and make the montages or whatever, and they're going to
I think what's really going to
check out my
matter,
2,000 meter shot.
yeah, what's really going to matter is how the game plays, you know? Are you always in a vehicle? If you have a lot of vehicles, and they're really, I think you're going to see a lot more engineers. If there are a lot of people who have to walk around, they're going to be like, the only thing that's worthwhile doing while I'm running around, unless I'm really like, trying to repair tanks and stuff, is go snipe, because it's big, you know? So I think we'll have to see how the maps really play to see that. Man, so there are a lot of people over here asking, do you have any, we've got a few in the comments in our last videos and stuff, or do we have ideas for a new class? We might have to bring that up as a topic.
But I think that is a full-on topic, yeah.
Because we could spend some time brainstorming and see if we could think of, if we're to make a class, what could we do? That could be an interesting thing.
But they can't balance 4, so I don't know that I want to see 5 or 6 or, you know, so.
Well, we could just call it, you know, X out the recon class, and then what would fill that spot?
I'm okay with that.
I think most of us would support that. Someone
Don't
mentioned...
get butthurt and call me a Nazi again, people. I'm just saying, there's recon and there's snipers. There's a difference.
Warrior mentioned coming to the dark side. Just so you know, I do own the game on PC. I have it on PC. I've played on PC. I've got better at PC because I've been playing a lot of other PC games, some shooters and stuff. But my friends, you know, I started on console. I have a lot of friends on console. You see some of them in the chat, El Nino, Nick, Sir Blank. These are guys I started playing Battlefield 3 with in the very beginning. We've got MrTimeItself, the Puppy here, the Sons of Anarchy guys. I'm pretty good friends with a few of those guys. I enjoy playing with them. So, for me, gaming, and I think so many people don't think about this when they talk about gaming, like, well, it's better on PC. It's like, but why do you want to play just like, I have friends, like, not saying you guys don't, but I play with friends. That's why I game, to play with my friends, you know? That's for me. Now, some people might say, I have plenty of friends who play, but I like playing by myself. And that's all fine and dandy, but that's not why I game. So, I think that's what people always say, you should play on PC. Think it through. I have it on PC, so...
Dude, Polly's got a good point for a new class. The embedded journalist.
Yeah.
Think what YouTubers could do for that. Do with that. That would be awesome.
Nice.
That'd be time. You would go off with that class. It'd be like a juggernaut with a video camera. Yeah, there'd be a big shield with a mobile camera.
You know what might be worthy of another topic? Someone just brought it up. Who said this? Morton. He said, "What do you think the next the August?" Wait,
yeah, I saw that.
Content drop will be?
Content drop.
That might be worth a topic. I don't know if it's worth it. If I don't have much to say about it, but if you guys have some thoughts or some,
I was looking and I couldn't find anything more than speculation so far.
Different colored socks, maybe. You know, who knows?
If they give me more of the same damn camos.
It's going to be different camos for the same 4 guns again.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I get another camo for the
Scar
F1000 or the PKP or the Scar or the L96, I will record my rage for that. I will.
They have to be trolling us, seriously. Like,
oh my god!
How do they do that? It's so. I'm gonna facepalm for real.
Is it that hard to make a camo for a new gun? Is it that hard? I mean, nobody uses.
They're on vacation, dude.
Some people use those guns, but oh my god!
How do you double dip them a month later? Like it was what, 2 weeks later? Oh, so bad. People were pissed. I mean, luckily I don't care about that stuff. People were pissed. It's just unbelievable.
You got Jaxley in here saying the first podcast you said you'd show us your hair in the next episode. It's been a good few episodes now.
I made no statements of that.
You have to buy him a drink first and take him on a date. He just doesn't show you the hair. You have to woo him. I said that then too.
Yeah, it may not stick around. We'll see. I finished grad school here.
Time.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I don't see any more questions. People, sort of funny how it goes. It goes for the few questions, and then people get off like on tangents in the chat, and they're just like...
the horde turns on itself.
Well, Culprit, I'm glad you ended up coming out. I know you had a lot of stuff going on, family life, stuff like that, so we all know that people can't understand.
I'm racing to get home, and I get pulled over, so
oh
it
my
just
God,
added to the
no
misery.
way. No ticket, right? Or?
No, he thought I was drunk. But I wasn't. I was apparently weaving too much, but that was because my kids were screaming in the back seat. It was a great night, let me tell you. But I made it. I tried. I apologize.
I will just give another little teaser, and this actually wasn't my idea. I believe Culprit might have brought the idea up, maybe someone in the chat. But soon, I can't guarantee next week, possibly, we'll probably do a little special episode discussing sort of our starts in YouTube, and in there we'll have a guest, and we'll voice maybe information that they can share, that we can share to help anyone else who's starting out and struggling. Or, hey, and this can be a chance if you guys have advice, share it with us as well. So, great. Any closing comments?
No.
Have a nice week, guys.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Tune in tomorrow. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can follow these guys. They'll probably have it on their Twitters and stuff. I just hit a button, hoping you didn't do anything. The podcast will be going live on YouTube. So, we'll see you guys then. Happy gaming, everybody.
Take it easy.
Thanks, guys.